Welcome, everyone. Today, we are diving into the art of prompting in Microsoft 365 Copilot. Specifically, we're going to master the most critical element of any prompt, selecting and referencing the exact resources Copilot needs to generate perfect, accurate results. Let's get started. To kick things off, let's define what a resource actually is in the world of Copilot. Whenever you ask AI to do something, you are giving it a prompt. But a prompt isn't just a question. A truly effective prompt is built on 4 pillars: context, goal, expectations, and, most importantly for us today, the source. The source is the specific resource, a file, an email, or a web search that you want the AI to read. Why is this so critical? Because if you don't tell Copilot where to look, it has to guess. It will search your entire Microsoft graph, which might pull in outdated or irrelevant data. By explicitly selecting your resources, you transform the AI from a generic search engine into a laser-focused expert on your specific task. Take a look at this diagram on the screen. It maps out the anatomy of a perfect prompt. From the core prompt at the top, we branch into our 4 pillars: context, goal, source, and expectations. Notice how the source node points directly to control's accuracy. This visual reinforces that out of all the instructions you give the AI, the data you point it to is the single biggest factor in whether your output is highly accurate or just generic. Before you even type a single word, you have to make a macro-level decision about your resources, work mode or web mode. This is a toggle right at the top of your Copilot chat. Work mode restricts the AI to your internal organizational data: emails, chats, and SharePoint documents securely accessed via Microsoft Graph. Web mode, on the other hand, points the AI outward to the public internet using Bing. Why does this matter? If you ask Copilot to summarize recent trends in wearable tech while in work mode, it will only tell you what your coworkers have said about it. For industry trends, you need web mode. Our deep dive tip: real power users use both. They gather external trends in web mode, then switch to work mode to ask Copilot how those trends impact their internal project files. This left-to-right flowchart perfectly illustrates the initial fork in the road. You start at Copilot chat and hit the data toggle decision point. If you go up to work mode, your resource is the Microsoft Graph, leading to proprietary insights. If you go down to web mode, your resource becomes Bing search, leading to broad market trends. It is a strict boundary that dictates the AI's entire worldview for that specific prompt. Now let's talk about precision targeting. While Copilot is smart, relying on it to magically find the right file in your vast corporate cloud is risky. Instead, you need to spoon-feed it the exact resource using symbols. By typing a // you can instantly attach a specific Word, Excel, or PowerPoint file to your prompt. Typing the symbol allows you to reference a specific person, pulling in your recent emails or chats with them. Typing a hashtag references specific meetings. Why do this? Because it forces Copilot to put blinders on. If you type summarize/Q3 report, the AI won't look at anything else. It eliminates distractions, speeds up the response time, and ensures your output is completely grounded in the exact data you want. Let's walk through this input diagram. At the top, you are typing your prompt. You hit the reference tags node, which gives you 3 powerful tools: the / targets files, the symbol targets people, and the hashtag targets meetings. Notice how all 3 of these specific paths converge at the bottom into a laser-targeted output. This visual proves that manual tagging is the ultimate shortcut to accuracy. Sometimes, the best way to select a resource is to simply open the right app. We call this implicit resource context. Copilot is context-aware. If you open a 50-page contract in Microsoft Word and simply type "summarize this" into the Copilot pane, it automatically knows the open document is the resource. If you do the exact same thing during a live Teams meeting, the resource becomes the live audio transcript. This saves you an immense amount of typing and file linking. However, for our deep dive, you must understand the rules of the app. In Excel, you can't just have random numbers on a sheet. Your data must be explicitly formatted as an Excel table and saved on OneDrive for Copilot to recognize it as a valid resource. Context is powerful, but it requires structure. This flowchart highlights the intelligence of app context. We start with a generic prompt: analyze this. As it passes through the active app context decision engine, the AI automatically selects a different resource depending on where you are. In Word, it reads the document; in Teams, the transcript; in Excel, the data table. All these lead to an app-specific action. The software itself selects the resource for you seamlessly. What happens when your project requires referencing not just one file, but a dozen? A standard chat thread can get cluttered and lose context. Enter Copilot Notebooks. Notebooks is a dedicated, persistent workspace built for heavy lifting. It allows you to select and anchor up to 20 different files as permanent resources for that specific session. Why is this revolutionary? Imagine you are writing a quarterly review. You can open a notebook, hit add references, and attach 5 Excel sheets, 10 Word documents, and 5 PDFs from SharePoint. When you ask Copilot a question inside that notebook, it synthesizes the data across all 20 of those resources simultaneously. It elevates Copilot from a simple chatbot into a comprehensive, multi-document research assistant. Look at the scale represented in this diagram. On the left, we have multiple scattered files, the chaos of an average workday. By explicitly selecting up to 20 references, we funnel them into Copilot notebooks. This creates a unified AI context, meaning the AI holds all those documents in its memory at once. The final result is deep multi-file synthesis, allowing you to generate insights that span your entire project. Choosing the right resource sometimes means choosing the right brain to process it. Standard Copilot is a brilliant generalist, but Microsoft has introduced specialized agents for complex resource types. If your primary resource is a massive CSV file full of sales data, you don't just want text back, you want math and charts. By selecting the Analyst agent from your chat interface, you tell the AI to use chain-of-thought reasoning tailored for statistical data. Conversely, if your task requires gathering resources from the external web, comparing them to internal documents, and generating a highly cited report, you select the Researcher agent. Choosing an agent is essentially telling Copilot how to process the specific resources you are feeding it. This diagram maps resource types to AI specialists. You start by identifying the resource type. If you are dealing with math, CSVs, or Excel data, you route down to the Analyst agent, which yields statistical and visual output. If you need complex web and work synthesis, you route to the Researcher agent, which delivers highly cited structured reports. It proves that matching the tool to the resource is key to success. As we become experts at pulling resources into our prompts, we must address security. Can Copilot reference a highly confidential HR document if you ask it to? The answer is a hard no, unless you already have access to it. Copilot's ability to reference resources is strictly governed by your personal identity through Microsoft Entra ID and role-based access control. Copilot only sees what you see. If you try to use the / command to link a file you don't have permission to open, Copilot will simply act as if the file doesn't exist. This ensures zero data leakage across departments. Furthermore, and this is critical for enterprise trust, the resources you pull into your prompts are processed in a secure environment and are never used to train Microsoft's underlying foundation models. Let's trace the security perimeter. A user references a resource, which immediately triggers an Entra ID security check. This is an automated, unavoidable gatekeeper. If access is granted based on your permissions, the resource flows into the AI context to generate a secure response. If access is denied, the path is hard blocked. The AI cannot bypass your corporate security permissions under any circumstances. Let's put all of this into a real-time, high-stakes business scenario. You have 2 hours to build a client proposal. Your resources are scattered. Step 1. You open Copilot Chat and use the @ symbol to reference the client lead by name, asking Copilot to summarize their specific pain points from the last 2 weeks of emails. Step 2. You need the numbers. You type the / symbol and reference /Q3 pricing.xlsx, asking Copilot to extract the most relevant pricing tier for this client size. Step 3. You elevate these findings by opening Copilot notebooks, pasting your insights, and asking the AI to synthesize the human context from the emails with the hard data from the spreadsheet. By explicitly selecting and routing your resources, you've just turned a chaotic, multi-hour scramble into a polished, accurate proposal in 15 minutes. This final flowchart maps out our success story. From our goal at the top, we deploy precision targeting. We use the @ symbol for email context and the / symbol for hard data. We funnel these two distinct, highly accurate resources into Copilot notebooks. Inside the notebook, the AI synthesizes context and data, resulting in the final proposal narrative. By mastering how to select and reference resources, you command the AI, ensuring it works exactly the way you need it to.
To find related ebook and other material for this training course, go to quicktechie.com. Now you will see all the video courses are available here. So let's move to the ebooks. You can go here, ebooks, all AI related ebooks, like you are watching currently Mythos related training, that ebook would be uploaded under this section. You can download this ebook. PDF would be available, all 300-page PDF. So you just click on the download this entire ebook, you can download from this section. So whatever training you are currently listening, corresponding ebook would be available. We have thousands of ebooks available. Now, other than that, we have on video courses which you are watching right now. This also all AI related courses are available. Similarly, for all company related trainings are available, like Microsoft, you can find it here with their respective certification training modules. All exam simulators which would help you to get the certification preparation. Just refresh if you get this kind of error. Okay, so now you can see these are all certification preparation materials. Will also be click here to the NVIDIA certification preparation material. So you can see all NVIDIA certification preparation materials. Click on any of this and it would load the entire screen and you can launch the practice paper. So this is what you can see, that you can submit the answer. We have an audiobooks available. Okay, so for each section, and these are our alumni who can you can find out all alumni who are accessing our portal.